This is Collection Connected, and we're back with another local comic book haul. I haven't done one of these in a while. I've just been really busy and haven't had time to make any videos hardly. So this first one we got here is Deathstroke 33, the Damian Wayne variant cover. That one was pretty awesome. We also picked up Captain America Adam Hughes variant cover, just for the Adam Hughes cover. We got the Elvira #1 Joseph Michael Linsner cover. Just been a fan of Linsner's art. That's funny. You notice the skeleton's eyes. Whoa. We got the Elvira photo cover. We picked up this Unnatural #1 Milo Manera cover. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Looks like it's going to be some type of comedy. I guess we'll check it out. Picked up the Bill Sienkiewicz Walking Dead 181 Glenn cover. Also picked up the regular Walking Dead cover there. We got this, I guess, Geekaido cover. Looked interesting, so I picked it up and flipped through it. That's when I realized I'd heard people talking about that one. It's got Ice-T's wife Coco in there. I think Ariana Curie and Gary Delabate off the Howard Stern Show. They're all characters or play characters in that book, so we'll see what that's all about. Trying to get some of that glare. We picked up Harley Quinn. That one, and then of course picked up the regular cover, but the Frank Cho cover. His B covers are awesome. I got them all for Wonder Woman, and I've been getting them all for Harley Quinn. Picked up Linsner Vampirilla Roses for the Dead. I don't know about everybody else, but I had trouble finding that one. Went to 3 stores before I found it, and this was the last copy, and it's dinged up, but I picked it up just to read. Same thing with Catwoman #1 Art Germ cover. Had to go to 3 stores to get it. One store was sold out, one store was selling them for $15, and then I found another store. They had 4 copies left. I picked up 2 of them. I also picked up the blank, and I'll be getting the Catwoman 2 Art Germ cover. I got all of his Supergirl covers, so I'll get all of his Catwoman covers. We picked up Amazing Spider-Man 801 to finish that out. The Suicide Squad 43 with all the character skulls. I think that was a couple weeks ago. We got Rick and Morty. Got the Batman 50 blank cover. I actually have a ton of those variants coming in, so I just picked up the blanks at the store to read it. Actually, just finished reading that one before I started this video. Yeah, I don't know, that ending is interesting. Picked up the Teen Titans #1 special. Batgirl 24. That's just an awesome cover. Got 2 copies of that one. Got the Michael Turner Legacy issue, which is just a bunch of people talking about how Turner inspired them, and they're doing artwork tribute to his characters. Michael Turner was a great artist. I just finished flipping through that, also reading some of that. Picked up the Walmart exclusive 100-page giant comics from DC. I know people were saying they were going to be beat up, and this, that, and the other. These books are in better shape than most books I get from the comic book store. So, you know, perfect corners on a square-bound book. Spine is fine. The Teen Titans one seems to be the hard-to-get one. I only see 1 or 2 copies of that when I see them. And I just picked me up 1 of each. Like I said, they're in better shape than what you get at the comic book store. So picked up all 4 of those. Going to see Ant-Man and Wasp this weekend, so I picked up a couple of the True Believer covers that go with the story. Give me a little background on what's going on out there. This one reprints the first appearance of Ant-Man. This one reprints the first appearance of Ghost. Always been a fan of the Dark Crystal, and also a fan of David Peterson's artwork. So I saw that in the store and I had to get it. Kind of the same thing here. I've always read heavy metal, so I saw Heavy Metal 2 with a Louis Royo cover. Huge fan of Louis Royo, so I went ahead and picked up issue 2, and then I was like, well, I got issue 2, so I might as well grab issue 1 also. Picked up the True Believers reprint for the first appearance of Galactus, and went out to the yard, did some yard sailing, not this past weekend, but the weekend before that. Found some comics at a place. The guy had like 10 boxes of comics. You know, he's saying, oh, they're all bagged and boarded, this, that, and the other. You go through there and start looking through. There was maybe 10, 15 issues per box bagged and boarded. They were mostly small press, indie stuff that I'd never even heard of. But I found this by Mike Allred, It Girl. So I recognized the name, grabbed that. I don't even remember what I ended up paying for these. Maybe they were $1/4 a piece. First Gen 13, Deathmate Black. Cyberforce graphic novel. I went ahead and grabbed it. Nothing else, you know. Graphic novel for $1/4. I'll read it. Now this was kind of cool because Ethan Van Sciver's Cyberfrog is taken off and is big again. It was just, I think, the highest kickstarted book ever for a comic. And so I found Cyberfrog issue number 1. So I picked that up. I have no idea if that's any good or not, but you know, he just made a ton of money kickstarting that thing, so we'll check that out. Wasn't a big fan of Heathcliff when I was a kid, so he actually had about 25 copies of Star Comics Heathcliff number 1. Sorry about that. And so I just picked up 3 copies of it, the 3 best copies he had. Those Star Comics are hard to find in good shape, and anyway, so I went ahead and grabbed that. He also had Strawberry Shortcake, and I thought about getting some of those. He had about 50 copies of Strawberry Shortcake number 1, but I ended up not passing on that. And then I grabbed these Ariella Warrior Nun number 1 from Antarctic Press. He had 2 copies of that in there, and I just grabbed that because I always joke that that's my sister-in-law because she's a black belt, and she's got her concealed carry permit and shoots and does all that, so I always joke that she's the Warrior Nun. And so I saw those 2 and had to grab them. But that was all for this past couple of weeks pickups. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe if you enjoy it. Thank you.